a Wikividi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Amazon Company. Amazon.com Incorporated, doing business as Amazon, is an American electronic commerce and cloud computing company based in Seattle, Washington that was founded by Jeff Bezos on July 5, 1994. The tech giant is the largest internet retailer in the world as measured by revenue and market capitalization, and second largest after Alibaba Group in terms of total sales. The Amazon.com website started as an online bookstore, and later diversified to sell video downloads/streaming, MP3 downloads/streaming, audiobook downloads/streaming, software, video games, electronics, apparel, furniture, food, toys, and jewelry. The company also produces consumer electronics, Kindle e-readers, Fire tablets, Fire TV, and Echo, and is the world's largest provider of cloud infrastructure services. Amazon also sells certain low-end products under its in-house brand Amazon Basics. Amazon has separate retail websites for the United States, the United Kingdom and Ireland, France, Canada, Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Australia, Brazil, Japan, China, India, and Mexico. In 2016, Dutch, Polish, and Turkish language versions of the German Amazon website were also launched. Amazon also offers international shipping to certain other countries for some of its products. In 2015, Amazon surpassed Walmart as the most valuable retailer in the United States by market capitalization. Amazon is the fourth most valuable public company in the world, the largest internet company by revenue in the world, and the eighth largest employer in the United States. In 2017, Amazon acquired Whole Foods Market for $13.4 billion, which vastly increased Amazon's presence as a brick-and-mortar retailer. The acquisition was interpreted by some as a direct attempt to challenge Walmart's traditional retail stores. History. The company was founded as a result of what Jeff Bezos called his regret minimization framework, which described his efforts to fend off any regrets for not participating sooner in the internet business boom during that time. In 1994, Bezos left his employment as vice president of D.E. Shaw & Company, a Wall Street firm, and moved to Seattle, Washington. He began to work on a business plan for what would eventually become Amazon.com. On July 5, 1994, Bezos initially incorporated the company with the name Cadabra Incorporated. Bezos changed the name to Amazon.com Incorporated a few months later, after a lawyer misheard its original name as Cadaver. In September 1994, Bezos purchased the URL Relentless.com and briefly considered naming his online store Relentless, but friends told him the name sounded a bit sinister. The domain is still owned by Bezos and still redirects to the retailer. The company went online as Amazon.com in 1995. Bezos selected the name Amazon by looking through the dictionary. He settled on Amazon because it was a place that was exotic and different, just as he had envisioned for his internet enterprise. The Amazon River, he noted, was the biggest river in the world, and he planned to make his store the biggest bookstore in the world. Bezos placed a premium on his head start in building a brand and told a reporter, "There's nothing about our model that can't be copied over time. But you know, McDonald's got copied. And it's still built a huge, multi-billion-dollar company." A lot of it comes down to the brand name. Brand names are more important online than they are in the physical world. Additionally, a name that began with A was preferential due to the probability it would occur at the top of any list that was alphabetized. After reading a report about the future of the internet that projected annual web commerce growth at 2,300%, Bezos created a list of 20 products that could be marketed online. He narrowed the list to what he felt were the 5 most promising products, which included compact discs, computer hardware, computer software, videos, and books. Bezos finally decided that his new business would sell books online, due to the large worldwide demand for literature, the low price points for books, along with the huge number of titles available in print. Amazon was founded in the garage of Bezos' home in Bellevue, Washington. The company began as an online bookstore, which was an idea spurred off with a discussion with John Ingram of Ingram Book, along with Keyur Patel, who still holds a stake in Amazon. Amazon was able to access books at wholesale from Ingram. In the first 2 months of business, Amazon sold to all 50 states and over 45 countries. Within 2 months, Amazon sales were up to $20,000 per week. While the largest brick-and-mortar bookstores and mail-order catalogs might offer 200,000 titles, an online bookstore could carry several times more. Since it would have a practically unlimited virtual warehouse, those of the actual product makers/suppliers. Amazon was incorporated in 1994 in Washington state. In July 1995, the company began service and sold its first book on Amazon.com, Douglas Hofstadter's Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, Computer Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought. In October 1995, the company announced itself to the public. In 1996, it was reincorporated in Delaware. Amazon issued its initial public offering of stock on May 15, 1997, trading under the Nasdaq Stock Exchange symbol AMZN, at a price of $18 per share. Barnes & Noble sued Amazon on May 12, 1997, alleging that Amazon's claim to be the world's largest bookstore was false, because it isn't a bookstore at all. It's a book broker. The suit was later settled out of court and Amazon continued to make the same claim. Walmart sued Amazon on October 16, 1998, alleging that Amazon had stolen Walmart's trade secrets by hiring former Walmart executives. Although this suit was also settled out of court, it caused Amazon to implement internal restrictions and the reassignment of the former Walmart executives. In 1999, Amazon first attempted to enter the publishing business by buying a defunct imprint, Weathervane, and publishing some books, selected with no apparent thought. According to The New Yorker, the imprint quickly vanished again, and as of 2014 Amazon representatives said that they had never heard of it. Since June 19, 2000, Amazon's logo type has featured a curved arrow leading from A to Z, representing that the company carries every product from A to Z, with the arrow shaped like a smile. Amazon's initial business plan was unusual. It did not expect to make a profit for 4 to 5 years. This slow growth caused stockholders to complain that the company was not reaching profitability fast enough to justify their investment, or even survive in the long term. The dot-com bubble burst at the start of the 21st century and destroyed many e-companies in the process. But Amazon survived and moved forward beyond the tech crash to become a huge player in online sales. The company finally turned its first profit in the fourth quarter of 2001, $5 million, on revenues of more than $1 billion. This profit margin, though extremely modest, proved to skeptics that Bezos' unconventional business model could succeed. In 1999, Time magazine named Bezos the Person of the Year when it recognized the company's success in popularizing online shopping. In 2011, Amazon had 30,000 full-time employees in the USA, and by the end of 2016, it had 180,000 employees. The company employs 306,800 people worldwide in full and part-time jobs. On October 11, 2016, Amazon announced plans to build convenience stores and develop curbside pickup locations for food. In December 2016, the Amazon Go store was opened to Amazon employees in Seattle. The store uses a variety of sensors and automatically charges a shopper's Amazon account as they walk out of the store, eliminating the need for checkout lines. The store is planned to open for the general public in early 2017. In June 2017, Amazon announced that it would acquire Whole Foods, a high-end supermarket chain with over 400 stores, for $13.4 billion. The acquisition was seen by media experts as a move to strengthen its physical holdings and challenge Walmart's supremacy as a brick-and-mortar retailer. This sentiment was heightened by the fact that the announcement coincided with Walmart's purchase of men's apparel company Bonobos. On August 23, 2017, Whole Foods shareholders, as well as the Federal Trade Commission, approved the deal. In September 2017, Amazon announced plans to locate a second headquarters in a metropolitan area with at least 1 million people. Cities needed to submit their presentations by October 19, 2017 for the project called HQ2. the $5 billion second headquarters, starting with 500,000 square feet and eventually expanding to as much as 8 million square feet, may have as many as 50,000 employees. In 2020, Amazon will build a new downtown Seattle building with space for Mary's Place, a local charity. Merchant partnerships. Until June 30, 2006, typing toysrest.com into a browser would bring up Amazon.com's Toys and Games tab. However, this relationship was terminated due to a lawsuit. Amazon also hosted and managed the website for Borders bookstores, but this ceased in 2008. From 2001 until August 2011, Amazon hosted the retail website for Target. Amazon.com operates retail websites for Sears Canada, BB Stores, Marks & Spencer, Mothercare, and Lacoste. For a growing number of enterprise clients, including the UK merchants Marks & Spencer, Benefit Cosmetics UK entity, Airdeals.com and Mothercare, Amazon provides a unified multi-channel platform where a customer can interact with the retail website, standalone in-store terminals or phone-based customer service agents. Amazon Web Services also powers AOL's Shop at AOL. On October 18, 2011, Amazon.com announced a partnership with DC Comics for the exclusive digital rights to many popular comics, including Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, The Sandman, and Watchmen. The partnership has caused well-known bookstores like Barnes & Noble to remove these titles from their shelves. In November 2013, Amazon.com announced a partnership with the United States Postal Service to begin delivering orders on Sundays. The service, included in Amazon's standard shipping rates, initiated in metropolitan areas of Los Angeles and New York due to the high volume and inability to deliver timely, with plans to expand into Dallas, Houston, New Orleans and Phoenix by 2014. In July 2016, Amazon.com announced a partnership with the UK Civil Aviation Authority to test some of the technologies and may use delivery service via Prime Air drone in the future. In June 2017, Nike confirmed a partnership with Amazon, stating it to be in an initial phase where they'll be selling goods on Amazon. As of October 11, 2017, Amazon Fresh sell a range of Booth's branded products for home delivery in selected areas. Products and services. Amazon.com's product lines available at its website include several media, apparel, baby products, consumer electronics, beauty products, gourmet food, groceries, health and personal care items, industrial and scientific supplies, kitchen items, jewelry, watches, lawn and garden items, musical instruments, sporting goods, tools, automotive items and toys and games. Amazon is now gearing up in India to play a role in the grocery retail sector aimed at delivering customer needs. Amazon.com has a number of products and services available, including Amazon Maritime Incorporated. Amazon Maritime Incorporated holds a Federal Maritime Commission license to operate as a non-vessel owning common carrier, which enables the company to manage its own shipments from China into the United States. Audible.com. Audible.com is a seller and producer of spoken audio entertainment, information and educational programming on the Internet. Audible sells digital audiobooks, radio and TV programs and audio versions of magazines and newspapers. Through its production arm, Audible Studios, Audible has also become the world's largest producer of downloadable audiobooks. On January 31, 2008, Amazon announced it would buy Audible for about $300 million. The deal closed in March 2008 and Audible became a subsidiary of Amazon. Beijing Century Joyo Courier Services. Beijing Century Joyo Courier Services is a subsidiary of Amazon and it applied for a freight forwarding license with the U.S. Maritime Commission. Amazon is also building out its logistics in trucking and air freight to potentially compete with UPS and FedEx. Brilliance Audio. Brilliance Audio is an audiobook publisher founded in 1984 by Michael Snodgrass in Grand Haven, Michigan. The company produced its first 8 audio titles in 1985. The company was purchased by Amazon in 2007 for an undisclosed amount. At the time of the acquisition, Brilliance was producing 12-15 new titles a month. It operates as an independent company within Amazon. In 1984, Brilliance Audio invented a technique for recording twice as much on the same cassette. The technique involved recording on each of the two channels of each stereo track. It has been credited with revolutionizing the burgeoning audiobook market in the mid-1980s since it made unabridged books affordable. Comixology. Comixology is a cloud-based digital comics platform with over 200 million comic downloads as of September 2013. It offers a selection of more than 40,000 comic books and graphic novels across Android, iOS, Fire OS and Windows 8 devices and over a web browser. Amazon bought the company in April 2014. Goodreads. Goodreads is a social cataloging website founded in December 2006 and launched in January 2007 by Otis Chandler, a software engineer and entrepreneur, and Elizabeth Chandler. The website allows individuals to freely search Goodreads' extensive user-populated database of books, annotations, and reviews. Users can sign up and register books to generate library catalogs and reading lists. They can also create their own groups of book suggestions and discussions. In December 2007, the site had over 650,000 members and over 10 million books had been added. Amazon bought the company in March 2013. Shelfari. Shelfari was a social cataloging website for books. Shelfari users built virtual bookshelves of the titles which they owned or had read, and they could rate, review, tag and discuss their books. Users could also create groups that other members could join, create discussions, and talk about books or other topics. Recommendations could be sent to friends on the site for what books to read. Amazon bought the company in August 2008. Shelfari continued to function as an independent book social network within the Amazon until January 2016, when Amazon announced that it would be merging Shelfari with Goodreads and closing down Shelfari. Twitch. Twitch is a live streaming platform for video, primarily oriented towards video gaming content. The service was first established as a spin-off of a general interest streaming service known as Justin.tv. Its prominence was eclipsed by that of Twitch, and Justin.tv was eventually shut down by its parent company in August 2014 in order to focus exclusively on Twitch. Later that month, Twitch was acquired by Amazon for $970 million. Through Twitch, Amazon also owns Curse Incorporated, an operator of video gaming communities and a provider of VoIP services for gaming. Since the acquisition, Twitch began to sell games directly through the platform, and began offering special features for Amazon Prime subscribers. The site's rapid growth had been boosted primarily by the prominence of major esports competitions on the service, leading GameSpot senior esports editor Rod Breslau to have described the service as the ESPN of esports. As of 2015, the service had over 1.5 million broadcasters and 100 million monthly viewers. Whole Foods Market. Whole Foods Market is an American supermarket chain exclusively featuring foods without artificial preservatives, colors, flavors, sweeteners, and hydrogenated fats. On August 23, 2017, it was reported that the Federal Trade Commission approved the merger between Amazon.com and Whole Foods Market. The following day it was announced that the deal would be closed on August 28, 2017. Junglee. Junglee is a former online shopping service which was provided by Amazon, which enabled customers to search for products from online and offline retailers in India. Junglee started off as a virtual database that was used to extract information off the internet and deliver it to enterprise applications. As it progressed, Junglee started to use its database technology to create a single-window marketplace on the internet by making every item from every supplier available for purchase. Web shoppers could locate, compare and transact millions of products from across the internet shopping mall through one window. Amazon acquired Junglee in 1998, and the website Junglee.com was launched in India in February 2012 as a comparison shopping website. It curated and enabled searching for a diverse variety of products such as clothing, electronics, toys, jewelry and video games, among others, across thousands of online and offline sellers. Millions of products are browsable, whereby the client selects a price, and then they are directed to a seller. In November 2017, Amazon closed down Junglee.com and the former domain currently redirects to Amazon India. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?